Hello, in this video we'll be discussing about the solution to one of CodeWords questions, and we'll be using Python. So the question we'll be working with is titled total amount of points. Right, to get started you could just go to your browser, search for CodeWords and sign up on that. You can then go ahead to search for total amount of points. Right, okay, so the instruction states that our football team has finished the championship. Our team's match results are recorded in a collection of strings. Each match is represented by a string in this particular format, where X is our team score and Y is our opponent's score. For example, so we are giving this example here, which is a list of string. Points are awarded for each match as follows. So the instructions below are given. If X is greater than Y, then 3 points is awarded. If X is less than Y, no point is being awarded. If X equals to Y, a point is just being awarded. We need to write a function that takes this collection and returns the number of points our team, which is X, got in the championship by the rules given above. Note, our team always plays 10 matches in the championship. So from this instruction, we've gotten an idea that we are expected to write a function that takes in a list of items and it returns the sum of our points gotten by team X, right? Let's just dive right into the solution. But before we dive right in, I would like to write my solution using Google Colab. You can go ahead and use whatever editor suits you best. So from this solution section, you can see that we have a function name called point and the parameter is game. So I would like to work with this. Right here, test section, we can see that this points function declared up here is being called here and is being tested with some values. I would like to work with these values if tested with here. Let me just get the first list and move to my Google Colab. Okay, so working with that function name and the same parameter. Since I'll be working with a list of items, which is a list of strings, I would like to go ahead and print out each of the items within the list. So let me just loop over that. So for each of these items in games, I would like to go ahead and print the item. Running this, let me create another cell. Okay, calling that function above, I would like to pass in this list to it. Let's run this through and see what we get. Alright, we can see that we are just getting each of the items being printed back to us. Since we are working with strings, that means we need to manipulate the strings and extract the values which are the goals for each of the team. In order to be able to get our values, we might want to use the split method on each of the items, right? So for each of these items, I would just like to split with this column. Okay, let me run this and see what I'm getting. Alright, so as we can see that we are, instead of getting back a string, we are getting back lists, and within the list we can see that it contains the values for each of the team, which are the goals for each of the team. Alright, so let's create a variable right here and assign this value there. So I'd like to return our goals. Over here, I would like to create these goals. And append. Let me go ahead and run this. So I can see I'm getting a list of lists for each of these goals. When getting those goals, what I would like to do with them is to compare the first value within the list with the second value. So how do I go about that? from the instruction, we are being told that if x is greater than y, then 3 points is being awarded. Okay, so you can take this one out and just go ahead and say that if this is a list, and in order to access the list, is done with the use of indexing. It starts from 0. So we want to check the first item, which is x. If it is greater than second item, and if that's the case, you might want to create a variable up here which will help us in summing it up. So if that's the case, then we like to add 3 to that, right? First item, which is x, is lesser than the second item, then that means we are not adding up anything to what we have. Okay, so let me make this elif. So since we are not adding any value to it, that is, we are just adding 0 to it, let's just check if the first item is equals to second item and first goal equals to the second goal, and if that is the issue, we like to add, there's a tie, we just like to add just 1. Let's just go ahead and return our sum. Okay, so let's run this again, and let's go ahead to run this. All right, so we can see that this is what we are getting. Total points for team X is 30, and to be sure, let's go ahead and get the second list. Paste it right here. Okay, we can see that the return value is 10, and over here too we have 10. So we've come to the end of this video. We can see from the solution on how we're able to take in a list of strings and we're able to manipulate the string using the split method. Thank you for watching.